The brand new board, pretty colors, themes galore. Get inspired, make a card. Creativity's your reward. No, link it up, don't be shy. One will win, give it a try. 15 teams to spend with glee. Crafty goodies, yay, so free. Join the fun, come and see. On the Not Too Shabby blog with me.
Hey friends, happy Monday. Welcome to Moody Monday. Telling you I'm feeling it here. It's supposed to rain and be yucky out. It's kind of windy. The dogs don't want to go outside. So yeah, I'm a little moody. But since it's been so hot and humid, thinking about fall has been fantastic. Yes, Reagan. Ooh, coloring cords that you stamped. Hi, Anna Marit. Hi, Reagan. Hi, Sue. Welcome to Moody Monday with Not Too Shabby, and we are on to the August mood board. Have you guys seen it? Have you checked out the blog post? I love this month's. I said that last month too, but I love fall. It's just, here in Alabama, we have basically two seasons. We have summer and not quite summer, except for this last year because it snowed. But I think Mother Nature was having some issues. But usually, fall here lasts quite a while. And so I love fall. So we're going to be working with the Fall Forest Friends and the Fall Forest Friends stamp set. Now, I did pull out some other goodies that would go along with it. If you saw Lynn's live on Saturday, the Crafty Fun with Friends, it was anything but an A2. And so I had done some prep work ahead, but I used an old sheetload of cards, and I hugged by a card. I used the boho critters, ephemera, and paper pad. Hi, Tracy Jean. Hey, Von Marie. Oh, Colorado, Reagan. I bet that beautiful. I know when I grew up in Washington, the season changes were amazing. So here's some more inspiration for you. And yes, there are 12 cards. These are they're mini slimlines, but they're actually like little tent topper cards. I don't know there you go. So you've got all this space inside and then your little image. So these are the ones that I made using the boho critters. So I'll just show you these real quick. No seasons. That's like here. We have summer and not quite summer. Where when I lived in Alaska, we had winter and not quite winter. That one needs a sentiment still. I love these little guys. And then these little cottages, little log cabin, the deer, little fox, little mouse, and another deer. So today we're going to do, well, two things that I don't normally do on a live. One that I don't think I've ever done on a live is we're going to do some watercolor, and I'm going to fussy cut, or as I like to say, cussy cut, because not a fan. I would rather find a die in a similar shape, say it's a rectangle, a circle. Um, so besides the boho critters and the fall forest friends, so here's the boho critters paper pad. And it's got all of those tones and everything that are in the mood board. Hugged by a card. I don't know your first name, sorry. So I'm just going to call you Hugged. If you go to LV Handcrafted, or to Call Me Crafty Al. Um, Call Me Crafty Al is where I got the sheetload of cards, and on LB Handcrafted, you can see me assemble them. Um, but they're they're very quick to do, especially if you do like assembly line. I had everything cut, so all I had to do was glue things together and add my Denise. Hi, Denise. Oh, I don't know if I introduced myself. I'm Jana with J. Marie Designed, and the first and third Monday of every month, I am live here on Not Too Shabby for a little mood board inspiration, a little Moody Monday. And then the other Mondays, I am live on my channel at J. Marie Designed. Tracy Dean, Jamaica. Oh, I would love to visit Jamaica. Yeah, hurricane season. I saw that there's some brewing out there. We get a few here in South Alabama. Then, okay, so I had boho critters. I've got fall forest friends, which is a little bit darker, a little bit richer tones. I guess you guys need to see what I'm doing. A little bit richer tones. So this one's real kind of light, and the light browns and the oranges and stuff. And this one's a little bit deeper with the dark brown, the gold. Then I pulled out the Cozy Neutrals, which is an older pad, I think, but it had the same tones. So you could easily pull in something like that. And then I also grabbed the Christmas plaid. And I know you're probably thinking Christmas plaid, that's a little weird. But if you look, the browns here and the light tans would go perfectly with even this set, with this set. You know, how cute would, let me find one and we'll do a little side by side. Well, even this one. So this is kind of the browns here. And let's grab some critters. Oh, the ephemera is great. Um, Here. So even the Christmas plaids and the boho critters go well together. Or even we'll put boho critters and let's grab one of these. Let's see what's got some cute. I love the glitter. So this one has the dark glitter on one side and the animals on the other, but that goes really well together. So it doesn't actually, it doesn't have to have, fall in the name. Look at some of the other ones that Jamie has that are really kind of multi-purpose paper pads, and you will find tons of inspiration. And, a lot of times there's matching ephemera if there's not a stamp set that goes with it. So my favorite, and I've probably used it all. See, there's a darker, that's a little bit darker. And then my paper pads are well loved. Let's see if I can find. Hopefully I didn't use it all. But even the reds, the dark reds, you could pull in easily. I think I used it. The really light brown gingham. Oh, there it is. Haha, I found it. This is one of my favorites. And this could go with all of them, especially even and I'm just going to pull out the pattern side, the neutrals, like this floral here, or this plaid, the kitties napping. I think that sounds like a good idea. The clouds, but all of these also pull in those same colors. So they would all really work well together. But okay, let me put paper back because I'm a little particular that they stay with their families. See, look at these clouds. I have to show you guys. Look at those clouds. Now, wouldn't those clouds with the little sleeping animals be adorable? Yes, grass. See? So many ideas. But this, now I got some more ideas. I might have to do this one, the clouds with the sleeping animals would be so cute. So cute. And just to let you know, I have had a Coke Zero and 2 iced coffees this morning already. So there's that. I'm raring to go. And I did stamp. Oh, and we are going to be using um, the card sketch from last month because I loved um, the sketch, the sketches that Teresa had put up, but this one in particular is one of my favorites. And so we are going to be using this one here. And that was from the July post. There's a few other sketches there as well. So make sure you check those out. Exactly, Reagan. Shanna, I'm channeling my inner Shanna. Shanna had 3 cups of coffee this morning before she started. So we are using this sketch. I love sketches. I will always tell you that. So we're using sketches. This is the mood board challenge that we're kind of going with here. And then we are going to watercolor. I don't watercolor. Well, I'm just learning how to watercolor. Elizabeth from ECR, Elizabeth Costa Rogers, has been helping me with some watercolor tips. And Tracy, T Not Afraid of Color, I always bug her for tips and help me, Tracy. So I was practicing here and I kind of like the way it looks. It kind of goes with that whole foresty thing. And so those were my practice ones. I may revert back to those depending on how this one goes. So I've got my water here and I got a paintbrush and I have new watercolor paints, but sadly I have not even opened them or unwrapped them. Bye, Denise. Oh, are you leaving? Are you going painting? All right, have fun painting walls. So I am using some watercolor pencils, and these are um, the Derwent watercolor pencils. They're not the Inktense ones, they're just watercolor pencils. And I like how watercolor pencils work. It's kind of coloring, I can color with the pencil and then bring in some water and do my shading, things like that. And then Elizabeth has taught me a few little tips and tricks, and I've been going down the watercolor rabbit hole on YouTube. And so these make it really easy. I do have a brand new, like I said, a brand new set of watercolors, but I haven't even taken the like little wrappers off the little cubes. I don't even know what they're called. Oh, okay. Well then great, Denise. So we're going to start with our little bear, and I stamped this on watercolor paper using the VersaFine Claire Nocturne. And boy, is it dark black. It's nice. So I am just going to lightly, because this is what I've been taught, I'll just try and talk. I um I love the way watercolor looks, and I have some crafty friends that are amazing watercolorists. I usually stick to my Copics or Prismacolor, colored pencils. But I really this summer, this year, I really wanted to kind of stretch my creativeness, and so I wanted to learn how to watercolor, or at least, try it out, because you've always got to keep learning. And so with the pencils, I just go in and I just add, put down, and the paper's dry. There's no water on here yet. Um, some shading, kind of where I would color with my markers a darker place. And I love this little bear. Little eyelashes are so cute. Um, but the nice thing about watercolor, similar with Copics, is that you can do layers. All right, so we are going to switch to our just a wet paintbrush. There's nothing on it, just some water. And we're just going to blend out all this that I just did. And I know it looks a little scratchy and a little gloopy, but it'll all come together. Trust the process. So I am so excited for this challenge. It'll be a good one. And just, fall. There's that. I love these colors. They are, I think because they are warm, warm colors, kind of. I guess fall colors are warm, but they're not bright. And so they're just, they're cozy. Oh, that's a good one too. Um, her and there's another one. And July was National Watercolor Month. And so there was a lot on the YouTubes for inspiration and, prompts. All right, that looks pretty cute. So then, hey Dawn, Dawn, I'm just learning. Elizabeth has been helping me. Watercolor is a lot more forgiving than I thought it was going to be. Um, I know that little fawn is cute, and so is the little fox. But I love this little bear too. The little eyelashes, and all of them have eyelashes, which is just so cute. So now, since my paper is wet, I'm just grabbing some um, off of my pencil and just kind of tapping it down where my paper is wet to just kind of put down some more color. We'll kind of blend out the little face more. All right, so now we're going to switch to our well, she didn't really have a choice, Dawn. I was like, please. And she was available. So so now I'm going to go with kind of this, it's called golden brown, kind of a fawn color. And we're going to do the same thing for our little resting fawn. Dawn is another amazing watercolorist, artist, all things crafty, cooking, sourdough, bees, bzz. I love our crafty community. There is, and the willingness of those people in our crafty community to share tips and tricks and um, help, those of us that might be starting a new skill or, just need to find some inspiration. Jamie does beautiful Copic coloring. Um, so yeah, there is the Not Too Shabby um, challenge team, which I am part of. We do um, inspiration. Oh, thanks, Jana. It's actually really fun. I was really, really intimidated. And I honestly started with, let me show you what I started with. I started with this, which I think came from the Walmarts and was our youngest kiddo's set that I found somewhere. And so I've been playing with that. And It's good, but I love the pencils. I think because I the like my Copics and my colored pencils, and this is for me feels very similar because I can color, with the pencil first and then kind of do my shading with the brush. Oh, and happy anniversary, Shanna. Shanna is celebrating I think it's a wonderful milestone with her sweet hubby today. So go check out her um, channel as well. And then we'll just give it a little. Oh, that's so cute. This, these, this set, words are hard, um, is adorable. Now I'm going to color all these and then I'm not going to be able to decide which ones I want to use on my card. Because, I mean, that is the end result. I just can't have um, colored images all over, right? I do that with my Copics though, because I love to just sit and color. And so I will have, colored images that are around because it's relaxing. So I'm just trying to kind of get rid of these harsh lines that I have here. All right, now let's find, I think I'm gonna we'll go with a dark black, but I'm just gonna um, go here to do her little hooves. Oh, I forgot his little tail. Give a little dark tail. And that one got a little too much, so I'm gonna see if I can. There we go. And I didn't let it dry, so it soaked up into the next area. But that's all right. It's watercolor. Oh, I crinkled up my paper towel. All right. So let me grab that brown again. Let's see if I can. Look at that. You never know. Never know. I think I have too much water. There we go. I fixed it. Very forgiving. So let me just go, except for I just did it again. We'll just let that dry and I'll quit messing with it. Hi, Jenny. How are you? Welcome to Moody Monday. So make sure you guys check out the blog post. It's pinned at the top of the comments there. All right, let's do our log. I mean, a tree stump. That can't be too difficult, right? So I'm going to come in and just lightly. Oh, I should probably show you guys. Sorry, squirrel. I chose the two papers that I'm using to go. Well, this is my colors. So I've got the leaves and the mushrooms. The mushrooms though with the stitching, it reminds me of tooled leather. So this is going to be our base of our layout. But those are the colors. So I'll lay these over here. So kind of our inspiration for our colors. Here. And here in Alabama, I guess just the South in general, with fall comes football, which I like watching football, but yes. Um, So we've got, campfires and, bonfires, camping because it's too hot and too many bugs right now. All right, then I'm going to take this kind of, what's this one? Terracotta. And I'm going to come in here and just along the top. We love watching football. I'm sure you have it up north too. But here, I mean, when we never watched football until we moved down here. Um, I grew up, watching the Seattle Seahawks and the Seattle teams, but we weren't like a college football team. But now we are. And no, it's not Alabama. Ha ha. Oh, that looks good. I like that red or terracotta color in there. So who's y'all's favorite teams? Fawn Marie, who's your team? Shanna, who's your guys' team? I just like to cook, for that day, snacks and things. And plus, it's cool enough that I can finally get back out to my um, grill. All right, we're gonna pull in Kansas City. We like Kansas City. We like the Saints only because they're close. All right, I love that. Green Bay. There we go. All right, let's do our mushrooms because they're adorable. So we're going to come in with some kind of dark red crimson and do this under part and right along here. I love that's it. The whole fall decor thing with the little mushrooms and like forest scenes like that with the mushrooms and stuff, I think are so cute. The Sooners, yeah. Green Bay. See the pencils, see how easy the pencils are? Yeah. And you could even do just a real basic set. I mean, they get very elaborate, but just some basic colors because you can blend. All right, so there's our little mushroom caps. Now I need to find, let's see, we'll go this one for our little stems here. And I'm just pulling off of the pencil itself. I don't know, there's just something about the mushrooms. I think because like in my head, and I always when I make a card, usually there's like a little narrative going on in my head as to like what's happening in the card. So with my little um mushrooms, they might have little, little forest fairies that live around them. The same with the stump. Maybe on the other side of this stump, there's a little forest fairy home um in there. I know it's kind of silly, but I always do it. I think it's how I keep myself entertained, but I always have a narrative of what's going on in my card, especially if there's critters or people. There's a little, you know, a story behind it all. All right. Get our little foxy here. And the other thing that I'm, love about the mood board challenges is that Teresa puts together so many, like a variety of, there's the color palette, but then with the things that she shows, it really shows you how many different options you have. And when you enter, I mean, it's it's a $15 gift card to Not Too Shabby. And then but you get points. So if you use, Not Too Shabby products, you get extra points. You get bonus points. Oh, I think a fairy village would be so cool. I love the little, like when people make little the fairy doors are cool. Growing up, where I grew up in Washington, um out kind of west of Seattle, they were actually friends of mine in high school, and they had these giant trolls that their dad had carved, and so it was like a troll village, but it was really cool. All right, I'm just trying to kind of take up some of this color here with some extra water, just to kind of lighten up her little chest area there. All right. Oh, I think our deer needs just a little tiny bit of pink in her ear. Same with our bear. Just a real light pink. Teresa does such an amazing job um, with the mood boards, helping with, design and things like that. Um, Especially like colors and stuff are fantastic. And we'll get this little ear there. All right, so everybody's ears are all done. All right, that wasn't too painful. Now I'm going to mute for just a second so that I can grab my heat gun and make sure that these are dry. All right. They are dry. Let's assemble our card and then we can chat for a little bit about Moody Monday, what's going on Moody Monday, while I cussy cut, because I don't have dies for this set. So it's some fussy cutting that we're going to have to do. All right, so I'm actually using a piece of watercolor paper as my base, only because it's the same color. My other bases would be a really stark white, and I couldn't find paper in my stash for a base that worked well, so we're just going with it. It is what it is. but it gives it some body. Okay, you guys saw me there, right? I picked up a solid piece of paper and flipped it. Do you guys do that too? Because this paper is the same on both sides, so it wouldn't really matter what side I glued down. But I always do that. I pick up a solid piece of paper and flip it, which is silly. All right. And I just do a real thin border on my cards. It cracks me up every time I do it, Reagan. I'm like, why is that a thing? Because it's the same. I guess it's just habit from having um pattern paper, but yeah, it's kind of silly. The things that I think of. Well, that's true, Shanna. You got a point. Um like on this one, this makes a difference. So I've got my cutouts here, and I just pulled in dies from my stash, all different people. You could, you know, not you could hand cut your little banner thing, but I wanted the stitching. So I just pulled in from what was in my stash. I love this look. I'll show you guys here in just a second. Let me get this. It's starting to thunder. So this totally reminds me of tooled leather, like on a saddle. That's just what it looks like. I know it's mushrooms, and they're fancy mushrooms. Oh, not thunder, sorry. It's the garbage truck. Phew. I had I had problems on Saturday with Lynn. My power went out just long enough that internet had to reset. All right. Gourds. Now these stamped gourds, Reagan? I think you said. Um, my dad used to grow like birdhouse gourds, I think they're called, and they would dry them out, and then he would drill them and for birdhouses. But I love these leaves too. But see, this is another one. Look at little mushrooms, cutie mushrooms. See, I could have done the mushrooms in brown instead of red, but in my head, in my forest, mushrooms are red. In your forest, they can be orange or they can be brown. All right, let's get this on here. And I'm, loosely following it's the sketch, but all right. That might be a little crooked, but it's all right. It's all right. All right, let me grab some sharp, pointy scissors. Oh, okay. So you're not like painting or coloring like gourds, real gourds. I thought you had said stamped, but then I forgot. I think we're going to do the little deer. Maybe. We might do a few. All right, this is my most unfavorite thing to do. I think here's my issue. I'm 6'2". My hands are not small. These scissors are small. So when I cut, it it leaves indentations on my fingers because they barely fit in those holes. And I do have the squeezy scissors, but they're not as fine. Someone needs to come out with squeezy scissors that are super fine point, non-stick, and not micro serrated. So if any of the scissor people are listening, please, I need squeezy scissors that will work for fussy cutting, please. I this is and that's why I think I chose this set, um, because there's not a lot of detail for cutting around. And I know, turn the paper, and I do that, but it kills my hands by the time I finish one. Oh, Dawn, that's so awesome. We don't have, well, I was gonna say we don't have any wildlife here. We have possums and armadillos and the occasional note rope. And this weekend, or last week, we had a very angry swarm of ground hornet, like yellow jackets, but they had built their nest, a huge nest in the ground, and Jeff ran over them with the lawnmower. And so when he came running in the house trying to get them off, and I came out to help, um, it was like I got shot in the face and I got a yellow jacket sting to the side of my face. So my face was on fire for quite a few days. All right. We're almost done with our little deer. And I didn't do it super close because when I do that, then I get closer and closer, and then I'm like, oops, I've cut off too much. And by then it's too late. Um, so I'm just cutting off kind of all the little points. I don't want it to be super sharp, and so I'm just rounding those off. Oh, that's sweet. But I think I have to do the bear. Those yellow jackets, they're not even unfriendly. They're just jerks. Um, not nice at all. Jeff got it bad. He got all over his uh like his neck and his back, arms. And all I did, I mean, I didn't even go outside. I just walked down the hallway and it was like ping right to the side of the face. They are jerks. Yeah, yellow jackets. They were in a ground nest. So I think the vibrations from the lawnmower, as well as him probably coming directly over the top of the nest, they just came out, and he said it was like a volcano of of yellow jackets. And the thing with yellow jackets is they're not like bees where when they sting you, that's it. That's end of life. Um Yellow jackets don't. They can sting repeatedly. Oh, that one's so sweet. All right, just a warning. Oh, I was gonna say the dogs may start barking because it's lunchtime. And usually Abner comes back and he tells me that I need to come stare at him while he eats his lunch. All right, I gotta get all this extra paper off. That stresses me out. We've got horrible, yucky bugs, and I always have a really bad reaction to all the different bugs here. So, um, that would be Abner whining at me. No, go. That it's lunchtime. His lunchtime. So, with cooler weather, hopefully, all those little skeeters and the little black biting flies go away. Abner's a mess. He today, because he knows, he's like the weather dog. He knows when a storm is coming, and he's not a fan of thunder. So he gets very clingy and he wants to sit in my lap. So he'll sit in my lap while I am coloring or whatever. And he'll lay down eventually and calm down. But it's funny because he comes tearing in here like he's got to be the center of attention. Oh, stink bugs. No, Tracy, not afraid of color. She's in northern Alabama, and they get a lot worse than we do. Well, and hello, Betty. I didn't see you come in. I'm sorry. Or did I say hello? I think you snuck in. So, yeah, I'm not a fan of flying smelly bugs. We have, and right now, which we'd never seen, we have, I think they're amazing, golden orb weavers. And if you've never seen one, we call them banana spiders. They're humongous, but they are so cool, and their webs, when the sunlight hits them, they're yellow. But we have a few of them on the front porch, like in between the poles, the bushes on the front porch. There is a giant one. Oh, thanks, Tracy. Yeah, if you guys wouldn't mind, do the YouTube things. I'm here talking about bugs, but do the YouTube things. Hit the like, subscribe. Um, well, that didn't go too bad for fussy cutting. All right. Now see, look, this is what it does to my hand when I cut. And I have like a dent in my finger now. So if I do anything more than that, it's ridiculous. All right, so we're gonna do our tree. Let's just do our little, oh, I forgot my mushrooms. Can't forget them. They'll be quick. And we'll get this put together. And I appreciate you all hanging out with me today. I hope you have found some inspiration in today's Moody Monday. I love doing these. I love going live, but I hope that, someone can take away a little something from what we do. Um, and then next Monday, I will be live on my channel, which is J. Murray Design, with Moody Monday as well. So I alternate back and forth. It does, it hurts my, and the squeezy scissors though don't, they're not fine enough to get through all the corners. I don't know how Biddy Penny does it with her big old, look like fabric shears, her giant scissors. I mean, maybe I should try that, but I don't know. Kind of crazy. Okay, I think we're gonna put, I want the deer. And we'll put a little mushroom tucked over here. Watercolor paper is moving around a lot. So once I get my layout, then I will I like that. Bye, Reagan. Thanks for hanging out. All right, I need a drink. I've been talking too much. All right. We're committing. We're gluing it down. And then I have a sentiment ready to go. All right, so let's get our tree. And get our little deer. I love that the deer came out to be, similar color to what's in the leaves. And she's just resting up here on top. And then our little bear. And I think the little fox I might put up on some foam. And maybe one of the mushrooms, just so that there's a little dimension. And the bear I'm going to put up just a little higher, like it's sleeping in the background. And then we'll put our tall mushroom. And I think our little mushroom will pop up on some foam, and the same with our fox. All right, let me get to my little pieces of foam. Oh, that's my foam tape. Found it. All right. I think that just needs one little strip. Oh yeah, that's exactly what it needed. Just a little bit of dimension. It's amazing how just a little piece of foam can make such a difference in how your card looks. So I can fit there. Maybe if it's a little smaller. Oh, that didn't want to stick. There we go. All right, now I need a poker. So let's just peel these off, and then I'm going to pop up the sentiment too. I have it all ready to go. Hopefully I didn't lose it in all of my shuffling papers and stamp sets around. I love how this turned out. This sketch is, for me, I just need the sketches as just kind of a jumping off point. So I'm glad when Teresa puts them on there. And I don't think there's one this month, but there were quite a few last month to refer back to. So, oh yeah, that worked well. And then our little mushroom. All these little critters. This set would be so cute as like a baby announcement card. That's slippery. All right, there we go. Let's find our sentiment. That is not it. Did I lose it? Oh, there it is. So, and it's funny, I picked Thinking of You, and they're all sleeping. Gosh, that looks crooked. It might be. But we are just going to trim this down, and we're just going to make it a little rectangle. See if I can fit that under there. I know I can take that off, but then I would probably lose fingers. Dreaming about you, that would be good. We're going, there's a couple, I mean, there's some fun sentiments in here. This is just the one I had stamped out. Forever Friends would be cute too with all of them together. I have it in this one, but it's not the right color. That might work though. We'll go with that one. Um, we're gonna chop our little bear though. It's all right. And we will be done. Forever Friends, that works with these guys. They're all little forest buddies. And that kind of goes with the color of the deer. That works. Let's put that on some foam. And then we just need to put it on our card base and call it good. I'm glad you guys have been here with me. I appreciate you all so much. I hope this has inspired you. I hope that you take time to enter the challenge. I love going back and seeing what everybody has entered. And plus you can win a cool prize. That was a lot of glue. And no Not Too Shabby card would be complete without some enamel dots. And I think I need this color right here. Enamel dots are my favorite. Yeah, that's a better sentiment. Let's see. And I've got one more little one here. We'll just pop that right there. I have an enamel dot issue. They are my favorite because they're kind of sparkly, but not like in your face sparkly. And sometimes you just need that little pop of color on there. All right, let's get our card base and get this on here. And I hope that you guys all have an amazing Monday and that it is not so moody, but fabulous. There we go. My base is crooked. And there is our inspiration for our first inspiration for the August mood board. So have a wonderful Monday. Thank you for joining me. If you haven't, hit that thumbs up on your way out the door. I will see you next Monday on my channel at J. Marie Designed. And remember, always be kinder than you need to be because you never know what someone's going through. So just be nice. Much love, y'all. I will see you next week.
Oh, every month a brand new board, pretty colors, themes galore. Get inspired, make a card. Creativity's your reward. No, link it up, don't be shy. One will win, give it a try.